Alrighty, turn 26, January 1st, 1942. Welcome to 42, gentlemen and ladies. Free base, we'll take that one. That's not a bad one. Come on, come on, come on! Yes! Alright. Only one hit though, that's probably not going to sink that AK, but we'll listen for breakup noises. Yes! Just one hit. Alrighty, another hit on an AVP. That's the one that's sneaking around the edges. Something just sunk. Landing there, landing here. Landing at Miri. Alright, so far a decent turn. Let's hope we get some airstrikes out and not much weather. Bad weather, bad weather, bad weather. Severe storms again in Singapore. Some more airfield attacks. What did we get? 6 runway hits. Wow. Strikes at Baton. I don't know why the screen's bouncing around like that. I can't click the done button, so I can't accelerate it. It's almost like the screen isn't open right. Bombing us some Chinese troops. Oh wow, that's a good hit. These are mostly just, put a little disruption fatigue on these units and more of a recon to find out what's exactly there so we can decide how much strength we need to send to take this base. Airfield strike at Clark. One, well, not even the runway hit, just an airbase hit, and heavy rain. Alright. Weather's really being on our side again. think these Indian brigades, well, I think there's only one left in Malaysia. I think they're brigade in name only. I don't think they're actually a full brigade. It's 13 hits and overcast. There's a good strike. It's a base force there. Alright, we got a PBY in the ground. 15 runway hits. Alright, afternoon phase. I'm not sure we'll get anything here. Of course, all my ships are, my carriers are all covered in storm, so we can't launch anything because, that would make too much sense. Betty seems to be getting some good hits in. — 22 hits, we'll take it. Light cloud cover over Clark. Getting a few hits on the Bataan airfield. Hope it'll keep, be enough that they're not building forts. That's all that matters. Nels coming in at Rangoon. Lost one. 17 hits. Not bad. Alright, that's the PM phase. Combats? Nope. We're gonna be moving into the land attack. We should maybe pick up a couple bases here. Yep, Padang will fall. Another dot base. One more dot base, and then we'll be at Malacca. There's actually only a couple tank regiments here. All the artillery just arrived. Tanks are beating up that unit, though. I don't know if we'll have enough to push them out. Nope. Alright. Next turn with the artillery, should have plenty of force to push them out. Dot base we're grabbing the South Pacific. Funafuti we should grab, yep. Alright, base expansion. Build some forts at Canton. And the rest of the turn we'll just be processing here. When it's done, then we'll take a moment or two, then we'll start into the aftermath and go over some stuff. I don't know what I'll do if I actually had some clear weather everywhere, like for an entire turn and all my aircraft flew. That would just be like a miracle. Alrighty, would hope if I had my mic unmuted when I was talking, so on the video. So we will start over here. Turn was not too bad, another decent turn for us. Put some torpedoes into a couple ships. Got some okay air attacks. Weather is still messing with us heavily. Degrading and stopping our air attacks completely. On the land, we're still advancing on all fronts. Some are faster than others, and it seems to go in spurts where, you know, not a whole lot happens for a day or two, then all of a sudden we'll take 5 or 6 bases. Typical expansion here. Okay, on the stats, we're up to almost 6,000 points. Allies went up a couple points. We went up a army loss point this past turn to 88. Allies are up to 1155. Shot down lost aircraft is 11 total for the day, 10 for us, 1 for the Allies. That one's that PBY right here that we bombed at reconnaissance ground at Rangoon. We lost 6 aircraft to flak. It's hitting these. Well, that's a recon plane there. The rest are pretty much hitting airfields. Let's come out 10 losses. How many pilots did we lose? 6 dead, 1 wounded. That's still high. I don't like those numbers. Reinforcements, 13 days to transports, a month to a bunch of little dive bombers. Alright, ship sunk. I believe we got 1 ship according to tracker. Yep, an AVP. Those are nice to kill because they provide support for float planes anywhere. He could disband that in a dot base and put float planes there and have a nice recon base. That's hard to find. I don't think we have anything coming soon in the ship line. I'm off the shipyard. Yeah, we got 4 days to the next tanker, then 13, and yeah, we got a while to wait before our next ships come in. Ground reinforcements, wrong one. 2 days to the rest of the 84th Naval Guard, and then 10 days till we get a brigade and an engineering regiment, and then a few days after that, oh, we get another paratrooper unit. That's always good. I like those. Handful of AAs, couple Naval Guards, a bunch of COIs, a special base force, and another combat regiment. Our next brigade isn't until February 1st. Device our aircraft and engines. Yeah, we're out of HA-33 engines. We're making, looks like 3 to 4 a turn, but just not enough. We're using pretty heavily at the moment. Mostly, I think the Valves or Cates, I think, use this one. Because we've had some failures on those aircraft being produced, and that would be why we don't have any engines. The 35s are getting low. But, okay, so we made 6 zeros, 5 Oscars, 3 Cates, 2 Sallies, 1 Val. Yeah, you see, we only made 1 Val. That uses a 33 engine because we don't have any. By the time it gets to them, we're out. Ground reinforcements, we went over that. devices. We're starting to get our 42 infantry squads. It's actually 43 ones. The only upgrades the Japanese get, I accelerated it to 42, January 1st, 42, and also it's boosted. So we're going to start getting, these are going to be common for quite a while now as we replace all Army infantry squads, because I spent some variant points and adjusted the troops in China and so forth to upgrade to this new unit as well. So we will upgrade our entire Army basically across the board everywhere with this new unit. Produced a bunch of support, heavy machine guns. I wonder what those are for. Aviation support, then AA, AT. Yep, that all looks about right. Hop out up, put that back up to keep the screen there. We're gonna hop over to Combat Reporter, take a look. There it is. Hey, up top, it tricked me there for a minute. Alright, there's our first submarine engagement with that AK. Hit it with 1 out of 4. Then later in the turn, we fired 2 at this AVP and hit with 1. And we believe that one sunk. On the ground, we took some bases. We captured. This one we attacked with those tanks, but did not push the enemy out of the hex. But you can see we did 462 casualties, 7 combat units combat squads destroyed, 47 disabled. So we are wearing it down. We got a bunch of artillery, and I believe some more tanks arrived this turn. So our next assault will be supported by some heavy guns, and we should be able to knock them out of the hex then. Amphibious, we landed at Funafuti, yeah. We landed at Miri and Nikuneo, which we captured as well. Once again, all one-sided airstrikes from us. I am still very surprised I have not been cap-trapped anywhere in China or even at Rangoon. I still have bombers going in there unescorted. I don't know what's up with Dean if he's just not worried about it. I don't know his game plan. I don't know how much intelligence on how he plays. I'll analyze all these in more detail here later and add them to my notes, so as I'm just trying to figure out where units are in China. The wonderful Signet report. San Francisco, they detected twice. Subic Bay? Really? Huh. And that island, Palembang, and Kalijati. Alright. Alright, up into the ops reports. Unknown. Yep, there's some more planes not making it back from strikes. Garrison, the airlifts. Grabbing the last of the paratroopers out of Yankang. Sending supplies to Yankang. Here's units that are getting devices upgraded. Most likely, for some of these, it could be the AT or artillery, and some of them is going to be the infantry squads. See, a bunch of them just got upgraded. Some of those are fairly new units. Here's more being upgraded. You can see a bunch. Those are probably the infantry squads. Lost some troops in the amphibious assaults. We're being spotted. A sub heading home. I'm gonna make a note of that one because that one might be way the heck out there at like Pearl or something. And I don't know if I want him to come all the way home to Hiroshima. In fact, I probably don't want any sub heading back to Japan. Alrighty, still got Claws coming back. Repairs. Alrighty, bunch of the patrol boats are coming off the conversion lines. The majority of these are going to be the 14 knot, 1,000-ton cargo ones that I love to use for fast transports to either haul supplies in and out of frontline bases, to move units, to do small invasions. I love those ships, and I believe they do get upgraded with the decent depth charges too. Those are the 3 bases we captured in combat, and the one that flipped. Canton made some forts. Bunch of aircraft damage. Corregidor is supposedly sunk. Yeah, I think I sunk it on like the first turn. The Shoho arrives, and a base force arrives in Tokyo. Alrighty. Let's go around the world here. Up in Burma, anything new going on? Nope, just troops marching. We're about halfway to Momin in this hex. This guy's still marching south to cut off the retreat from Momin. If there's anyone there, I need to do a recon and see if they're there still. There was 4 units seen there, but they may have fled already. Although I think I don't know, it seems to me that he might be wanting to stick it out and just fight some up in Burma. So, I don't mind, I'll fight him. I definitely wanted to fight and kill those units. But I need to encircle them so they can't run away. I don't want them to just beat them up now and then them retreat up into India and come back in a year during the 43 of late 42, early 43 of offensive, and have them all back to full strength. I'd rather wipe them out. If he wants them back, he has to buy them. The push down the peninsula for Malaya is going on. We just took this last dot base. Looks like we took it with the industry and resources 100% intact. We already own Kuala Lumpur. We'll come through here. The next one is going to be this little dot base, Port Dickson. Then once we take that, we'll be into Malacca, which has the 8th Indian Brigade here. And then we'll move into Klang. And then we're at Johor Bahru. So we're getting close to pushing on the last push or two so in the southern tip. But it'll be a couple days before we take the dot base and so forth. So I'm saying a week before we would be ready to go down to Johor Bahru. The airfield here is damaged pretty good. Maybe I'll rest up all my Air Force for a day or so. Give them a break, get all the planes fixed up. And then for the final push. But Sumatra, nothing going on here. Java, same, nothing. It's got some little little combat ships starting to move into this area. Trying to figure out where I want to land next, either Sumatra or Java. Singapore still has some ships in port. Got most of these are combat troops heading into the area. These are empty convoys heading out to go home and get more troops if I have any. Dropping off some more troops here at Mersing, an engineering unit, and some more tanks. Beaufort flipped for us. There's nothing really there, but we'll take it. That's one less base we have to land at. Luzon, we're still kind of pushing. We're not really fighting much. I don't have enough forces here. I don't think I have enough here to try to crack Clark. I only have about 1,000 assault strength. Against, he is showing 29 units, so I'm not really sure what he has there. Maybe I'll just throw up an artillery bombardment so I can get a good scope of what he has this turn. I got troops moving down to Subic Bay to try to crush that Filipino division that keeps escaping me. Bataan has 13 units, 100% airfield damage, supposedly 71. Okay, so that's good. We're still keeping the damage on them. A couple of these have flipped. We got Palawan pretty much except for that unit. Eventually, this unit will get there. one day, and then we'll crush it. You got the kind of the parameter kind of set. We're starting to move into the interior. Nothing going on in Celebes yet, or the islands down here in the southern DEI. Don't have the forces to really move down there. Next big jump will probably be Ambon once I get some more troops down here, a large enough size that I can brave the CD guns there and bring them in and land them. Because that'll give me air control over this entire area. In the South Pacific with Truck and Rabaul. Same old's going on here. We're just moving down here to take this thought base, and then we'll pick them up and move them somewhere else. Nothing going on in the Solomons. I have Mavis up in Rabaul and scouting this whole area. Don't see any allied movement. We're just picking off some bases up through here, since he's not going to respond, at least not yet. Wake, we're finally loading up troops to bring back. Head back, got troops coming down. In Japan, we're still just running convoys. I got my pickets out here. Don't spot anything. And that's really about it for everywhere except for China. Let's take a good look here. You got a regiment here at Pakoi. There's a full corps there, enemy corps. Chinese troops. So I'm waiting for another unit from here and these artillery to move up. It'll be set by another week before they get up here. Then I should be able to hit this and either crush them or start chasing them. I'm on across the river here at Luchao. I'm heading up to the northeast to cross above. I only have 2 regiments here, which I don't think is enough to shock attack into Luchao and have anything left afterwards. So I'm going to come across the river here and then move down in. I should in a normal fight, I should be able to beat them up enough and move them out of there. Wu Chao's mine. Kanxian's mine. Starting to push all this out of here. I'm almost at Pu Chang. Got a division and a mortar battalion coming in here. We'll sweep down, clear this out. And I don't think there's any other bases down here. We'll come down here and then we'll come up here and join this force. And we're in the northern half. Looks like paratroopers are all gone out of here. We got a decent amount of supplies there. Still no response. Still a ton of 17 units in Chongqing. I'm almost positive he's letting them sit there and building them up. Looks like the entire Chinese Air Force is there. I might, if I had, I don't know. I'm debating whether I should bring in some long-range bombers into like Shanghai or something and start hitting the airfield here. See what kind of damage I can do to his Air Force. But my tanks are finally kind of getting en masse in this area here. This turn we should be able to push this corps out of here. We're gonna have 3 tank regiments and plus 5 artillery. Battalions? Nope, a couple of those are regiments. So 3 battalions, 2 regiments. Might be enough to push this guy out of here. If not, we'll inflict some more losses and so forth. But China's going good. My next big objective is just clearing this area here and then getting into Nanyang. I should come down and clear Xinjiang, but it's a freaking jungle hex. So it's ×3 defense. That'll be hard to crack. And I don't want to come across the river into it because that'll hurt. So that's something I'll need to think about because I definitely do want to clear the rail. And we'll have the rail bridge built here at Nanking. My troops are moving up. My engineers are moving up here to Pengpu to start the second rail bridge here. And then once the one at Nanking's done, they'll leapfrog up over to here and build this one. Then we'll come down and build down here. It'll be a long process, but we're making some progress on it. And that's about it for this turn. If you enjoy watching this video, or the entire series for that matter, go ahead and give me a like. If you want me to continue and are enjoying the series or would like something more, go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment if you have questions, or come over to the Discord server and chat me up in my own little channel for this game. As I've said, I think I said last video that I also have a new series I'm publishing up. I run a Friday night Pathfinder 2, a tabletop RPG game online using the Fantasy Grounds virtual tabletop with some friends of mine, and I've been recording them since day one. I'm slowly editing those videos and getting them online for people to watch. If you enjoy them, that's great. If you're into that, and it's just typical tabletop RPG shenanigans, stupid, corny jokes, just stuff like that. Go ahead and watch them. Give me a like or two if you do like them. If you're not into that at all, don't worry about it. Until my next video, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later.